Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday. I'm Nick Bonner for TreeStuff.com. I'm joined by Cale Royer below me, and to your left, I've got Taylor Hamel. How you doing, guys?
So,
Doing
how's it
all
going?
right.
We
It's a
have
little
a really exciting show today. We're going to get to know Taylor here. We're going to talk about some rescue-related stuff. Cale, what else is on our agenda?
we've got talking about Taylor Hamel. We have some rapid fire questions for him. We've got a little bit of new gear that we're going to talk about, and then we're going to go over some of the old rescue rally videos that we've done. And then at the end, as always, we're going to talk about how you can win $100 just by watching and interacting or listening to the podcast / live broadcast. Nick, it's getting pretty loud in here. What is all that noise?
Taylor, what is that noise?
I don't know, man. My ears don't work anymore. What you're probably listening to there is, yeah, that's Sunless. This is spiraling into the unfathomable off of our second album, Island.
Well, that's a great segue. Welcome, Taylor Hamel, world famous arborist and also musician. How are you today?
Yeah, I'm doing well. We got some cold weather up here in Minnesota, so work was canceled today. I guess I won't complain too hard. And
It's pretty nasty out
go.
there right now.
Yeah, I think it's like 15 degrees or something.
Taylor, you're kind of like my arborist uncle, if I'm being honest. When I started as an arborist, I wanted to be like you. I watched Hitch Climber's Guide to the Canopy, and you were a celebrity. You were somebody that I had like no fathom chance of meeting. And I wanted, like, I was making videos to try to emulate what you were doing. And now, look, I am like you. I'm an old guy. I'm going gray. And I'm here on the web call. But fill us in a little bit about what has Taylor Hamel been doing all this time? Who are you? Tell our audience a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, right on. Well, I appreciate that. I wouldn't go as far as to call myself a world famous arborist, but it's been fun. Yeah, I was just thinking the other day, because yes, I am. I'm 48 years old. I've been in the industry since 2001, like 24 years, so half of my life now. And I just been actually just over the last couple of days. It's interesting you say that. 'Cause I'm reflecting on just everybody that I've met over the years and the relationships that continue to hold together, and it's great, see everybody at events and stuff. But I started in 2001 just working with my uncle dragging brush, and pretty soon I was like, man, I want to be a climber. I got to do that, and just kind of practiced a lot in my spare time, so they let me climb at work, and just kind of went from there and started contract climbing, and then you started making videos. Got linked up with the Tree Imagineers. Kind of.
Did that happen before or after you started making videos?
That was like a Tree Buzz thing. I was people were posting on Tree Buzz, and I think I was just posting some of my work and whatever, and Chris Cowell reached out to me and said, hey, we like what you're doing. Do you want to maybe look at some stuff or whatever? And it sort of just grew out of that. And before you knew it, I was over in Germany working with Bettis and doing stuff with Teufelberger and DMM, and it just sort of all grew out of that. So yeah, it was great. But being a contract climber for all that time and sort of squeezing in the events and other stuff when you could, and then eventually I wanted to move away from contract climbing and become more of a full-time rep sort of thing. So I started working with great, there's my page. Started working with DMM full-time back in 2016. Did that for until this spring, and I stepped away from my position at DMM to go back to contract climbing. I just really missed being in the trees, and I just wanted to change. We're still good friends, and I still do help out DMM behind the scenes a bit, but not in an official capacity anymore. So just back to contract climbing.
That's awesome. And you've always been kind of a tinkerer. Your uncle, who you mentioned, he's also a tinkerer and an inventor. And it seems like that kind of runs in the blood, right? Because you've been working with the Tree Imagineers. You're very humble, right? But you've been working on product development and product testing with them all this time from essentially the beginning of like the Tree Motion saddle.
No, well, I wouldn't go that far. The Tree Motion, I mean, that was before my time. I mean, that kind of
Okay, Tree Motion was before your time. What was
Tree
the first
Motion.
product that you worked with the Tree Imagineers on, Taylor?
Well, I mean, I would hesitate to use the word work. It's just being in a great big group of people that provide input here and there.
What was the first product that you were on that great big group of people for?
Probably some carabiner design or something. Just, it's like, here, try this out and give us some feedback. Nothing too serious. So I don't claim to be a design head like those guys for sure. Just I'm at the periphery, and really what I really was good at was taking that information from them and being able to talk about it and reach out to people via video and the various events and trade shows and stuff. I mean, that was my strong suit.
Yeah.
If you want to talk about the whole group of folks, Tree Imagineers, Teufelberger, DMM, all of that, I just took that information and helped to reach out to the general public with it. So I wouldn't really call myself a designer.
That's very admirable. You've really leveraged that expertise over the years and that desire to create content, right? You've been doing webinars with us, and you've been going to trade shows, TCI. This was actually the first year that I can ever remember not seeing you at TCIA. What were you doing? Where were you?
Probably fishing.
Since
I think my first TCI Expo was 2009. My first one working with DMM there. And other than COVID, I think I've been every year since. But this is my ongoing. I just wanted to take a break for at least a year and not stand on the concrete. But it was I was getting texts from people, and it's you see the same people all the time, and you're like, oh man, I'm missing this now, you know. Mm-hmm. But I got to say, it was nice to just take a break and not have to work the trade show this year.
You made it out to ITCC in New Zealand. Can you tell us how was that event? What were you there? What did you do while you were there?
Yeah, well, I was a competitor. I'm the current Minnesota champ, so I dusted off the boots and started competing again. So I managed to go represent Minnesota with my counterpart Mariah Lundstrom, and it was a blast. Sometimes you do well, sometimes you don't. I didn't have the greatest comp myself, but I still had a ton of fun, and you learn something every time, and you just get inspired by all the really great climbers there, and you get to see everybody that you're friends with. You're like, wait a minute, we saw you in last year, now we're halfway across the world, New Zealand. We want to give a shout out to Mariah. Mariah ended up third in the prelims and then ended up taking third in the Masters Challenge. So that is, as far as I know, that's the best a Minnesotan has ever done.
Is that Mariah Strabosco?
No, Mariah Lundstrom. We have three Mariahs that compete. But yeah, Mariah Lundstrom, she did a great job. So hats off to you, Mariah, if you're listening. That was
related
awesome.
To Kyle Lundstrom? Kyle?
I don't
Carl?
know.
There's another Lundstrom.
I have no idea. There's lots of Lundstroms in Minnesota, probably.
Congratulations to Mariah. If you're on the chat or in the audience and you have a question, you can email it in to live@treestuff.com, drop it in the chat, or give us a call at 833. Kale always makes the phone number go away right as I'm reading it. 833-498-7337, which is 83 Fixed Trees. If you have a question for Taylor. Taylor, you don't always compete at tree climbing competitions. What else do you do? You're a judge, a technician, something like that?
Yeah, for sure. I do it all. I go and get water if it needs to be done. But yeah, I started competing. My first competition in Minnesota was 2007. The first competition I ever saw was in 2006. ITCC was in Minneapolis. That was really fun, and I thought, well, yeah, okay, now this is all coming together. I really want to start competing as well. So 2007 was my first competition in Minnesota. And since then, I've either competed locally, regionally, internationally, or been a volunteer. So that would be judge or tech or timer, whatever it needed to be. But I've competed and volunteered in the Euro Championships, in the North Americans, the World Championship, and regional stuff. So it's great. I encourage anybody to get out there and do it. If you want to compete, please do. I recommend at least watching one event so you know what you're getting yourself into. But we're in constant need of volunteers. If you're sitting on the fence, just come and volunteer. We really need help with volunteers. They're what make it go. And actually, it's a lot more work for the volunteers than it is for the competitors.
That's
So
true.
they're big shoes to fill. So please volunteer if you feel like it. Yeah.
If
Yeah, no
nothing else,
experience
volunteering.
needed.
If nothing else, volunteering gets you around the other people in the industry who are professionals and who are kind of the higher end of people looking to make this a career, which is great. And everybody, they always need somebody to take out the trash and just kind of help set things up. I have one question here from Cortland Johnson for you. What was your favorite project that you worked on with DMM or the Tree Imagineers?
Oh goodness.
Hi, Cortland.
Portland?
Yeah, it's Cortland.
Awesome. Well, the project, boy, the Kinesi harness. Again, I didn't have really any say in the design of that. It was mostly just feedback and helping with some user instructions, and then of course doing the videos. So just to be clear, I mean, I was not a part of that design process there, but I was heavily involved in the videos and outreach in that
You told
regard.
me you
So,
had no knowledge of a new harness coming the entire time that harness was coming, and I knew that there was a harness coming and that you knew about it, and I kept saying, "Hey Taylor, is there a new harness coming?" You're like, I don't know anything about a new harness, Nick." And I just want to say, liar, liar, pants on fire.
well, that's all right. That means I did my job well and I didn't spill the beans. So.
What a cool.
But yeah, the
harness
Kinesi, there's so many moving parts with it, and it's just, you know, it, just like products, anytime, anywhere. I'm sure I've complained about it too. But it's a new product comes out, and people are really quick to, well, it doesn't this or it doesn't that, or look at that, or why did they decide to do this? And until you've been on the other side of it, it's just, oh my goodness, to get to final production is such an insane marathon, and you are at a certain point, you something has to give. You're, well, yeah, of course we want it to be the kitchen sink, but then it's going to cost 3 times as much, or it's going to weigh
Right.
as much, or whatever. So you're trying to hit those milestones and hit those markers, and and then at a certain point you just have to press play, and then see what happens the next time around. And then while still maintaining quality and stuff. And everybody's gonna have trouble here and there. Stuff happens, whatever. That's just the name of the game. But you just try to do the best you can at the outset, and you just got to roll with it. So, but the Kinesi, I mean, that harness was so many moving, quote unquote, moving parts. I mean, so many things to come together, and the certification and and it's wild. It was really wild, and I think it turned out really well.
I want to keep moving through our agenda. That was a great question, Cortland. Thanks for offering that. you as a volunteer at events have kind of become like a rescue specialist. You are often the judge of the rescue event, even the head judge. I believe you've been head judge of rescue at ITCC in the past.
Gosh, I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure.
It's possible.
You've also been a head judge of our rigging and rescue events at Jambo. And remember when we did the rigging event, and halfway through the event, we like ripped the tarp down and we were like, stop the event. Johnny's hurt. You've got to go rescue him. That to me was the best rescue that's ever been done in competition, because it was unexpected. They weren't ready for it. And they had to like alter their existing plan to rescue somebody on the fly. I really thought we saw where the rubber hit the road there, but I say all this.
That was really fun. I was just thinking about Jambo just yesterday, as a matter of fact. But that one, yeah, that was really fun because we had it was sequestered anyway. Like we had the huge tarps up. Nobody could really see what was going on. But you know, again, see, that was your brainchild, and I was just there to hit the buttons. And
Jesus. Anyways, you are uniquely qualified as one of the best rescue professionals as it relates to arborists in the world, and you're not going to downplay that for me, Taylor. We selected you as a judge for the rescue rally. Cale, what year did we run the rescue rally? Do you remember?
2020.
Wow, 5 years ago. So it was during COVID, if you remember, and there weren't any competitions or events. And we started the rescue rally together. You and I, we talked about this on the phone, and you helped us come up with this, believe it or not. I don't remember that, but you did. And we designed a 3-scenario rescue competition and invited teams from across the country to create their own individual teams and enter a kind of wildly subjectively judged rescue comp. Cale, can you show us scenario 3?
Scenario 3. All right. So the idea was we gave everyone a scenario that they would make a recording of their crew going through and showing how they would do this, how quickly they could do it. So scenario 3, your crew was called in to remove several large dead limbs hanging over the yard and to conduct some other ornamental pruning on the property. Initial inspection from the ground shows that there is a major dead limb that is compromised. Visible rot, missing material, and fractures seen at the union and throughout. The tree lacks a significant center and ideal area for a central tie-in due to a storm a couple of years ago. Because of this, the climber, Paul Victim, made an ascent and set up an M system, or a V-rig system. Which, if you want to know about that, Taylor's done a couple videos about that there on our YouTube channel. Having removed 2 low-hanging large dead limbs already, the other crew members left the immediate vicinity to retrieve water for the climber. Upon returning, the ground crew members found Paul Victim unconscious, hanging in the center of his V-rig directly underneath the major dead limb with visible swelling and red marks on his face and neck. No one knows if he has a bee allergy, but it is known that the remaining crew members do not have allergies. So then we gave them some just bullet points of where everything is. So where the tie-in points are.
This is how to set it up, right?
Yeah.
So like the height that they had to set it up at, and this created the constraints for the competition video.
Yep. And then this is your general idea of what's going on in this scenario. So here's your climber directly underneath the dead limb in a V-rig system, set up that way, about 15 feet apart. And then 30 to 60 feet off the ground for the tie-in point. So,
shout out to Cask for helping us sponsor this. Really,
yes.
Thanks to all of our vendor partners that help us throw these events and supply the prizes that we give to people. That was really cool. So, all of our teams submitted a video for this, and then Taylor and a group of other professionals from Davy Tree and other places went and reviewed those videos and completed a very complex scorecard. We're not going to get into all that today. And we scored each team for each of the 3 events. The Davy Tree trainers ended up winning this event And they just did a fantastic job from start to finish. And we are going to watch the Davy trainers complete scenario 3 here. We're going to watch it live with you. And then Taylor and I are going to break in and offer a little bit of commentary. Taylor, any commentary on the scenario? You helped us design this scenario. Just a reminder, it had the V ring underneath the bee sting guy, which was me. Remember, I got stung by bees. So yeah, any comments on the scenario?
I mean, pretty brutal. So let's see how they do.
So they actually had somebody, they had a dummy hanging up here in the tree.
Can you make this a little bigger and turn up the volume for us, Gil?
I can turn up the volume.
On the backside though, away from that dead limb. There's a big dead limb. Hey, I'll get the line set. Okay. Why don't you get? Hey, you got to do something to protect yourself from bees. Okay. All right. Why don't you get ready to go up? All right.
Yeah, we have an emergency. I have a climber hanging. He's in a climbing harness about 25 feet up in the air.
So they very quickly got somebody calling 911.
He appears to be unconscious. There are red marks and swelling on his face and neck.
And look, they got that raincoat on. That's better than nothing, right? Like to protect yourself against hornets or bees.
Mm-hmm.
I would zip it up for sure and put the hood under my helmet, I think.
They're currently assessing the situation right now. We're developing plans to find sources of victims. No, my name is Joe. I'm with Davy Tree. We're located at 123 Maple Street. Anytime
So they've set a line
all the way
to get up there.
I'm going to send someone out to the street to meet
Or they are in the process of that, and then setting out cones to make sure that no one gets into that area while they're setting everything up.
I like that as a step because you know the emergency personnel is probably just going to run up Travis, right? And like run or Taylor and run right into that drop zone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Marking the dead branch. Okay, thanks, Tim.
Taylor's taking notes. Look at him.
One of the things
No,
there that... Yeah.
I'm playing video games.
Oh, okay. He's on Candy Crush. But yeah, so they are getting a rescue line up into the tree. They've made sure to discuss that they all know where that dead branch is and that it's a problem.
Hey, I'm gonna break a small branch while I'm pulling this up. Okay. Corey, I think that makes perfect sense. All right, here it comes. Okay. Yep, small branch hanging there. Another small little branch. Okay. I agree, Corey. Though I think it's too dangerous to get up near that dead limb and to get near those bees. It looks like they're real mean, real nasty. What about allergies? I don't have allergies. I got stung about 2 weeks ago. I was fine. Just a little bit of swelling locally.
They put a stopping on for you.
So listen, nobody gets hurt in this. Okay.
Okay.
So be real deliberate with our movements. Okay.
Okay.
I like the continued focus on not becoming another victim, right? These guys seem really concerned about themselves.
Saver up there. I don't know what I'm gonna. I gotta get it out of the thimble saver.
Okay. It's got to be a suitable anchor. We can't just hand over hand it. So we got to anchor
You
it.
hear Tim Bushnell in that crowd?
Okay. I got my hand tips with me if I need to.
That's him
I
right
can hear
there.
I got
Tim and
you
you, yeah.
double wrapped on this anchor. I'm gonna get you a nice secure position here. Listen, I don't think you should be lanyarded in up there. I think you oughta. I think you oughta think about.
All right. Good girl. I think I'll be all right. I'll do a reading if I have to.
Yep. Think about positioning so that you don't have to lanyard in. So if you start getting
Can we
tagged,
pause
you
it
come
for just
down,
a second
okay?
here?
Okay. Clear the load.
Boom,
So,
pause.
so Taylor, I think that that's a really interesting point, right? We know that you're supposed to lanyard in before you do a work thing, right? Like whatever the work thing is, you put your second piece of protection on for work positioning, right? Like that's a given.
Mm-hmm.
And I like that they're discussing, right? Like that maybe in this extreme circumstance that's not the case, like that's not the best thing, right? They're talking about like how, you know, we think about like ANSI or OSHA language. The employer demonstrates that it's not the best solution, right? And they're talking that through. What is your take on that? Should they use a lanyard? Is it appropriate, not appropriate?
Well, yeah, I think just, protecting yourself from a swing, or obviously if you're disconnecting your main system, you should, in this scenario, of course, use your lanyard. But
Yeah.
their concern is just a quick repel away from stinging insects or whatever. So in that case, I think fair enough if you're in a good situation where you've got limited swing potential or anything like that, then sure, the lanyard not necessary.
Anything else so far that you want to call out as good or to be improved on?
I think they had a good, like right away they talked about not being underneath the dead limb, and they were all aware of the bee situation, got dressed up and all that. 911 call sounded very thorough to me, relaying appropriate information. They did secure the work zone. I heard a lot of, I heard a lot of chatter back and forth, and it was difficult for me to tell exactly who was in charge. If they did designate like a site lead or crew lead. I think in situations like this, you get a lot of talk back and forth, and it's important maybe, like in pilots call it a sterile cockpit, right? When you're doing anything, takeoff, landing, that kind of stuff, it's we only say relevant information.
Keep it clean.
Keep it as clean as possible. So my only comment to this point would be that there's a lot of talking back and forth going on, and I can't, and me just not knowing everybody's voice, I don't know who's who.
Sure.
And I think it's important to maybe just designate a crew lead that does all the talking and only talk when you need to.
Great. Let's keep watching, Kim.
Yes, you're ready. Hey guys, I got bee spray. I got bee spray from the truck.
Oh, we're coming. Oh, we're coming. Can you hear us?
All right, I'm installing it back up.
Can you check this out?
Yep.
I like that he's talking to the victim,
Yeah,
even though the victim's not responding.
Looks good. Everything's clipped and locked. You're good to go. Yep.
All right, guys, I'm going to go up.
All right, Tim, this is retrievable. You're ready to go. I'm checking the bag. You got plenty of rope. Hey, guys, I got my binoculars.
All right, I got to get my...
I got my binoculars for my throw line kit. Plenty of rope. I'm
try
going to stop. We're not in the end here, Tim. We're good. We're protected.
Tim Bushnell is one of the OGs
Okay.
of safety.
Hey, I got the binoculars on. I'm going to try to take a better look. Paul, hey, he's still unresponsive. Yeah. I really can't tell for sure. There's definitely swelling. Hey, Joe, make sure this makes it to 911. Let him know that there is swelling on his face and neck, red blotches, maybe some discoloring to his lips. So it appears he might not be breathing. We got to move fast on this rescue, guys. We got to make sure we get him down.
Yeah, we're dealing with a breathing emergency here, guys. Hey, if we're gonna land him over here, you got your bee spray with you.
Yes. All right, I think once we start...
Bee spray right here. Okay.
All right, so 4 minutes and 50 seconds, climbers off the ground.
We're gonna send this line up.
One of the biggest problems that I have with rescue competitions is it takes way too long to get into the tree, in my opinion.
Cut that sling.
But I got to get up there. I'm helping you. Hang tight, man.
Guys, what do you think? Should we cut that sling or should we try to do something else?
Let's let Tim look at it. Let's let Tim look at the
Tim, you gotta get a game plan together. Take your time. Take your time. Make sure you're secure.
Yeah, let's go, Tim.
You got it.
Paul, EMS is on the way, okay?
We're going to get you.
All right, so he's reached the top of his line, which looks maybe, 10 feet directly
We got our
overhead of where the climber is.
Flip this
No,
on
he's a bit
he's
off to the side.
Mm-hmm.
on the other side of the thimble saver. Are you gonna have to cut it, or what else can we do?
All right.
That rope is on, Tim.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to do a redirect first.
Yep, take your time.
Yeah.
Get secured.
Hey,
So
Tim,
he's at
this is
one
all
of the
about you
tie-in
being
points
safe up there.
on the
Make sure
V-rig
those bees
system,
don't start coming
Yeah,
near you.
he's
Make
up
sure
at
you
the
stick
top
there
of
those
it.
dead
Yeah,
limbs.
with a
Good
SRS
job.
system,
Secure.
he's got a rope wrench.
Go on, guys.
All right, you assigned homeowner. They're gonna guide the EMTs in.
Yeah, they're at
Guys, if we're dealing with a breathing emergency here, we need to be ready for CPR once he hits the ground.
Okay.
We gotta get him out of a spot.
I got
about those bees.
this area rescue bag.
All right, rescue.
And I got
It took him about a minute to get up to the top of the tree,
Get him down.
and now he's installing a redirect.
It's gonna be far enough away. Those bees are gonna follow. We're gonna have to be ready to
Hey, Joe, grab that tarp. Grab that tarp, Joe. We can use that for moving them later
Hey,
on.
I'm gonna grab a sweatshirt too, okay? Joe, you got something to cover up with?
Yep.
All right, I'm pulling that up.
Clear the haul. Nothing underneath you, Tim. Go ahead and haul that rope up.
Okay.
It looks to me like they're bringing a second system for the victim
We're good. We're coming.
instead of trying to manage the V-rig that the system is in.
All right, it's through. Not on yet. Hold on.
Okay, that's fine. Let us know when. Hey, Tim, all that equipment looks good up there, right? No issues.
So
with the
far,
equipment?
looks good. Yes, rope right here looks good. Thimble saver looks good.
Yeah, from what I can see over here, the equipment also looks good. I don't see any issues. With it.
Pulley's on. Take up. If you can give me some slack on that thimble saver, it'd be good.
All right, pulling slack.
My hands
Or
are
are they
clear.
gonna hoist?
All right, pulling slack.
Yep.
Don't release.
Looks
until
like they're
I
probably going to
anchor.
hoist him
Not
up on
releasing
that,
until you anchor.
on that one
Pull a little
anchor
bit more than
point
that
of
if
the
you
rig
can.
system.
Okay, good. Please let me know when you anchor. I think I'll be able to untie it.
You think you're gonna be able to untie it?
So
Can
they
we
have
pause
that.
it for a
Yeah.
second?
That's good.
So
Let
did
me
they
know when
just
I can
lift
stop.
up the climber system onto another pulley?
Mhm.
That's what they did, right? They installed a pulley onto the climber system and lifted it, and now they're anchoring it on a porter wrap, and they're going to untie the climber's primary system. Is that what's happening, Taylor?
I can't quite see in the video, but yeah, it does appear to me that they're basically setting up a floating anchor that they'll be able to lower this section of the climber's line. I'm just thinking about how they're gonna take that thimble saver off the rope. He did talk about untying it. So I think he could probably, I'm assuming here he's gonna loosen up the prusik and just slide the prusik off the end of the body of the thimble saver. And that'll allow then the ground crew to lower that half of the V-rig. It's funny, I don't remember this from watching it
5 years
many
ago.
years ago.
Almost 6 now. Let's keep watching.
Okay, start to untie.
Back up in place. Hey, Paul, don't worry, buddy. We're gonna get you down.
We got you, Paul. We got you.
Those bees are definitely still stinging. They're definitely still swarming around, and there's quite a few of them.
Yep. They're not at me. They seem to be just on Paul. I think I'm okay over here. I almost got this untied.
Here, everybody's got some bee spray.
So yeah, he's untying that thimble saver,
So as he comes down, that might
putting him onto the other anchor that they just brought
Yeah,
out,
we gotta pull that. Yeah.
which is hooked up to a porter wrap on a
All
different
right.
team.
Hey, if I just let this go, it'll slide down the hill. I'm gonna tie it up here.
Yeah, just tie that.
I guess I don't understand how the thimble saver is being untied, but
We're coming, Paul. We're coming. We got you, Paul.
All right, Tim, should I
Alright.
start?
Yeah, I
start
think he just slid the
transferring along?
prusik off at the end of it.
Okay.
Good up here.
Undoing hard lock.
Paul, I'm gonna spray some bee spray.
Okay, undoing soft lock.
Yep.
Okay,
Spray.
Ready to belay?
Yep.
Okay, lower.
So right now, what is this guy? Let's get a stop start for the people who are listening on the podcast of exactly what's going on here.
so the ground worker has locked a rope off on the porter wrap, and what they did is they took a rope up into the tree and threw it over a branch with a pulley on it, and they established a floating anchor by slipping that pulley onto the climber's line, and then they lifted that up until it was tight, gave it a hoist on the bottom, and locked it on a porter wrap. Removed the system that was holding the climber's line there, and got rid of it. And now it appears that they're going to lower that end of the system to bring the climber to the ground. But we got to watch to find out.
Okay.
I got him on his way.
You're good, Paul. We got you. Good, Paul. We got you now. We got you now. Just hang
We
in
got
there,
you, Paul.
Hang in there. Looking good up here. Keep going.
Talk to me, Joe. Let me know when he's within a few feet of the ground.
He's getting there.
Okay. I got plenty of slack here.
You know, I'm going to say I didn't,
Yeah, I can get this and get him down, I think.
What was that?
the more I did not like this approach, but as I'm thinking about it, they didn't expose themselves to the danger of the brim, right? Which we declared was like a real thing. Yeah. And they also didn't expose themselves to the danger of the bees. Right. So while it was a really weird way to do the rescue, to like lift and essentially like eliminate half the anchor, it was a really creative way to get around the two hazards that we presented. What do you think, Taylor?
Yeah, for sure. That was a great solution. And ultimately, I don't remember the other ones, but I mean, ultimately, it's probably pretty fast. They did have a Prusik backup on the belay, the ground person lowering that side. I think it's always a good idea to have two people on the very end of the rope if possible, if you have the
A
person.
human on it.
But the fact that they had it backed up with the Prusik was a good idea and important. It wouldn't be taking that much weight anyway, but the danger here would be running out of rope anyway. So it looks to me like they had enough where when they did lower that V-rig sort of into itself.
Oh, you're saying the V-rig could have run out of rope.
Right. But it looked like it was just fine. Because there's a fixed amount of rope in the V-rig, and so as they're lowering that, basically making that anchor point closer and closer and closer, the V-rig is just sort of folding up, and eventually it'll just become a single anchor point, as it were. So the danger there would be just running out of rope. But I think it looks like they did it all right. So, but that would be a concern if you were going to do this. You just need to think about that, which would be, I mean, fine, you lower the climber down, you run out of rope, not a big deal. But you just have to get up to their primary Prusik then to be able to lower them down. So if you are planning to do this and lowering them all the way to the ground, it's just thinking that through, the amount of rope that's in the system.
Very cool. I loved the rescue rally. I thought it was really fun. Ultimately, and I love big, bold claims, but together with our teams and our judges, we produced the largest library of rescue-related content relative to the arborist industry in the whole world, and it's free. There are a number of really high-quality rescues. Not all of them were as good. Some of the teams struggled with some of the scenarios, but the filming and the execution on quite a few of them is really top-notch. And you can find the entire Rescue Rally content library at treestuff.com/rescue-rally. Yes, go ahead, Taylor.
I just wanted to make a point. I didn't want to cut you off mid.
Go, please.
But these folks put themselves out there in front of general public and just went for it, and it doesn't matter the end result. If you fell flat on your face, well, thank you for doing that in front of everybody, and we all can learn from it. So it's important not to trash talk, I guess, would just be my point. If you think you can do it better, then please go ahead and do, and maybe you'll knock it out of the park. But at the end of the day, you're going to hope that nobody trash talks you. So make sure that you're being nice out there in the world. And hats off to all these folks for taking the chance and doing it.
That's right. And that goes like we post Rate My Prune and stuff, and look, not all the work we post on Rate My Prune is good work. Sometimes people do bad work. I did bad work and I thought it was good work when I was a tree trimmer. I just want everybody to know that. I lion's tailed a tree with a camera in the top of it and posted it on the internet and was like, look at how cool I look. And I mean, I looked so cool. Right? I changed clothes in the video and I butchered the tree. But man, if I hadn't posted that video and had some people nicely tell me what I did wrong, I never would have learned. Right? So I think when people do what Taylor just said, when they put themselves out there and they use especially when they use our platform for that, which just amplifies it, Like they've just exposed themselves so much. Let's be constructive. Let's try to learn from it. When we see something that's imperfect, let's try to grow from it, try to make it better. So yeah, check out these rescue rally videos. All of the teams, for the most part, were small businesses, people taking time off. The Davy trainers was the exception. But it was all small business owners taking time, investing with their employees to work on these videos. And we had a ton of vendor support. Taylor, you were supporting it professionally with DMM support. Davey had people working with us to do it on the judging. The other Tim Walsh was there. So yeah, just a really cool thing at the rescue rally. And yeah, I wanted to say thanks to you, Taylor, for doing the rescue rally with us, for being on our show today, for guiding the way of so many arborists out there all these years. No, I mean, seriously.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
It was really cool.
You've done so many videos and webinars with us, so I would recommend anyone who is in the arborist space to go check those out, because they are a font of information and great training there. So yeah, thank you for all of that.
You can check out Taylor's band, Sunless, on Spotify. You can also, if you want to support that band, the best way to do it is to buy merch directly from the band on Bandcamp. So you go to bandcamp.com, search Sunless, or you just type Bandcamp space Sunless and hit enter into your internet browser of choice. It will come up. You can buy hoodies, t-shirts, vinyls, all sorts of stuff. That money directly supports Taylor's true passion, which is muskie fishing, and listening to music that he played while he does it. Bunch of really cool stuff. If you're into death metal, are you guys like mellow death or like big tall death? What are we?
I guess dissonant death metal.
Disso death. Okay.
Yeah, maybe a little progressive death, disso death. We've been called avant-garde, but I wouldn't necessarily go that far. But there's lots of
Pretty
time
similar
signature
to Nickelback.
changes.
I'm more into I like more of the operatic, mellow death, like where it's big, tall, just guitar riffs that never end, but anyways, you can check out Taylor's stuff there. Taylor doesn't work for DMM directly anymore, but he did for a really long time. DMM is without a doubt the manufacturer of the finest quality stuff on earth. DMM carabiners, swivels, and hardware. In terms of the initial quality and fit and function, best in the world for sure. Always love to see cool stuff. I've heard there's some new stuff coming from DMM soon. Taylor, of course, knows nothing about it, right?
They don't tell me anything.
They don't tell him anything, he says. You're so full of shit. Is it coming in March or is it coming in June, you think?
Yes.
Ooh, I like that.
And it's
Taylor,
a
I didn't say what year.
launch.
Maybe.
Right.
Taylor, thank you so much for everything, for being on the show today. Check out Taylor's band Sunless on the internet.
Hey, thank you. It's always a pleasure. Love hanging out with y'all.
Thanks so much, buddy. We'll see you next time, okay?
See you, Taylor.
All right.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Whew, finally, that guy left. I thought we were never going to get rid of him, Kale.
I know, right? He's still here.
He's still here.
I don't know if I can kick him off.
We can't kick you out, Taylor. You just have to leave.
Yeah, no worries.
All right. So, if you don't know already, if this is your first time listening, we have a little game that we play each week on the live broadcast. TreeStuff.com/win. We give you a picture that is all sorts of craziness, and you have to try to figure out which product on the website it is a picture of. So this week was this.
Oh, that's a Christmas ornament.
Well, yeah, because
that's actually a TreeStuff custom enamel Christmas ornament that comes in a presentation box, which may or may not be a cardboard box. I'm not sure, but it does come in a box.
It comes in a little presentation box. It's got a little logo with snowflakes and stuff on it. But yeah, so this is what it was this last week. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people to give a to give $100 away to.
All right, here's my question.
$300,
Should we pick 3 winners, or should we just give every for $100? Or should we give all 6 people $65?
Ooh.
How about $75? 6 people all get $75, or 3 get 100. We'll let the audience choose. Somebody in the audience has to pick for us.
Okay. Well, hold on. It's going to take a second. Because we got about like a vamp for 45 seconds, and then we'll see if anybody says anything.
You know, I'm really excited for these Christmas ornaments. Kale, will you please send me some of these?
Should be on the way.
Oh, great. I wondered.
right.
I have a package coming, actually, and I wondered if it was my papers or a Christmas ornament. No, these are really nice. We will definitely run out of these, so get some. Might be next Christmas that we run out, might be this Christmas, but we will never remake this ornament, I promise you that. So the Chipper Sleigh ornament will be a one-time print, and there's only a few hundred of them. Yep. So definitely grab them if you can. Kale, should we give away 6? Should all 6 people get $75?
It looks like I'm going to make 6 $75 coupon codes.
Oh, that's in the spirit of Christmas, isn't it?
All right. Fine.
Yay.
Okay,
Woo!
there we go. And then
Look,
if
you play, you win, chances are. I love having winners. I love seeing people engage with the show. You know, if you send us an email or you call us, there's a good chance you might get a prize out of that. I do have to send those lanyards out. I haven't done it yet. I have the labels and I have the lanyards. I ran out of toner.
That one's not on me this time.
No, I couldn't print labels and I ran out of toner. Speaking of which, I think I should start expensing my toner because it's expensive. What is that, Kale?
I'm not going to tell you.
Oh, this one's hard. I hope that some people win.
Well,
if you want to win,
me about them being too easy, so now it's hard.
If you want to win $100, you don't have to watch the show live. You just need to go to treestuff.com/win, WIN, and enter. You can enter anytime before our show goes live again next week at 12 p.m. Eastern. We will be here next week. Probably take a little time off for Christmas and New Year's, but Kale and I are going to do our very best. We've got Zach Dietz from Cask coming up. Followed by my good friend David Anderson from Discovering the Canopy on January 14th. Jack Perry and Jonathan Broad, or otherwise known as JB from Camp, are coming on the 21st. And I also just booked Craig Bachman for January 7th, which is before David Anderson. So a bunch of exciting stuff coming. Michelle and I are going to go to Samson next month in December. So that'll be really exciting. Kale, we might try to do some kind of live broadcast from there. So maybe you'll run the broadcast and I'll call in or something. And then we're also going to film a ton of content from Samson. So if anybody has any questions about like how rope is made or like what Samson's working on or like what their engineers eat for breakfast, let us know those. You can email those to live@treestuff.com and we'll make sure we ask them while we're out there. But huge thanks for all of the customers that supported us during Black Friday. Coupons and discounts are active until midnight tonight. The marketing all came down. We're not emailing about it anymore, but if you still wanted to take advantage of our biggest sale of the year, you can. The marketing is coming down as we speak, but like I said, it's all still active through the end of the day. You could get up to $600 in free gifts, 15% off site-wide, and like 500 already marked down prices that the other 2 offers also work on. But yeah, Kale, you want to summarize what we talked about today? Tell everybody where to find Rescue Rally content and how to look up Taylor's band, and then maybe end the show.
Of course, yeah. If you want to find Taylor's band, you can just search for Sunless Band on Google, and you'll find them at Spotify, Bandcamp, etc. They have some shows coming up, so make sure that you check their tour schedule on that. If you want to get a hold of him, you just search for Taylor Hamel, Hamel. Pretty easy to find him. He is a full-time contract worker contract climber now. As well as being a drummer. If you want to find the rescue rally, all you have to do is go to treestuff.com/rescue-rally. And I believe if you type it into the search bar here, then you can also, it will bring up the different rescue rally pages that we have about that on the shop talk page. Yes, and then the other part is treestuff.com/win. If you want to see if you can figure out what this image is and try to win some money. Nick, anything else?
We just posted photos from the Charlotte Comp, a full album of those. You can go to treestuff.com/photos and see a bunch of really nice, hopefully photographs of friends, colleagues, and supporters. It was a great event that the Charlotte Arborist Association threw. And yeah, we really enjoyed it. If we can come out to your comp next year, let us know when it's happening. Send me an email. If I can't come, I'll definitely make sure to send a bunch of stuff to support you.
Yep. Great.
That's it.
And thank you everybody for watching or listening.
Cheers.
Have a nice week.